Hey everybody, this is Tambiota and you're watching Masterpiece Theater. So today we have MP-8 Cybertronian Dinobot Commander Grimlock, and you can see the box here. This box is very tall, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit him in the whole frame. So, I don't know, it's weird. It's got some little spots on it. So you can see there's the his little logo thing down here. There's a Thrilling 30 sticker on it. I think this was the second reissue or the first reissue. I didn't get him when he first came out. This is the second one that I have. Now the first one that I got the American one, and I sold that a long time ago. And just recently, not recently, a few years back when I started reacquiring my masterpieces, I bought him. And this is the one that came with the crown coin and the flame effect for his sword. And I'll show those off in a little bit. So you can see here with the box, we have Grimlock up here in his robot mode, and then in his dino mode. And you have stuff here, and it's the same thing on this side also. And then on the back, basically everything, all of his different features. So you have, you got a little picture of him in the G1. So you have him here in his robot mode. Then down here in his dino mode, another picture of him in dino mode. Then you have your different lighting effects. So you have a lighting effect in one hand. You can put the sword in there to light the sword, or you can put the gun in there to shoot the rays or whatever for the gun. His eyes in both his dino and his robot mode, you can switch between blue and red eyes. He has an ability where you move his head. It's supposed to move his tail. You can open and close his mouth. I think if you open it up, you push a button on it, it'll clamp it shut. Then you have the his little brain bucket thing here that he used to transfer his super consciousness into Computron. There was an episode for that. And then there's one right here where he was a waiter. And so you have some drinks, and you have his, there's a bow tie and an apron. And I've never pulled those out before, so I don't think I'm gonna even do it for the review. So you can see there's all the pieces that are inside the box: the apron, the bow tie, the tray with all the drinks on it, his sword, his gun, his instruction manual, that's his card, and his transfer thing. So now on the bottom you have just more stuff down there. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box so we can check him out. All right, so we're back, and here we have Grimlock out of the box, and he is in his robot mode, because that's the mode that he comes in inside the box. So just a reminder, with the Masterpiece Theater, this is a showcase for the figures alone, no transformation. I know people have put in tons and tons of content on how to transform these guys. I'm sure you can find it someplace else with somebody that can do it better than me. But for this, we're just gonna strictly look at the figures themselves with their accessories and merit them from that. So you can see here we have our figure. This is he has a sword. Then he has his gun. And let's see here. So there's a bunch of stuff that I've never taken out of the box itself before. And I don't know if I will or not. So I'm just gonna show off this stuff inside the tray, because I don't want to take this stuff out. I've never taken it out before. I just don't feel like doing it. So the stuff on the bottom down here, you have his transfer helmet. Let's move him out of the way so we don't have this stuff up so close. So right here, this is his transfer bucket. It has a little connector here. It's a really soft plastic, so you can move that around, little hose or whatever, and then you have a little suction cup that's right here. I don't know. And then you have his little drinks, and I don't want to take those out. I'm afraid that I might lose something, so we'll just leave those there. This is the tray that all the drinks go on. You have his bow tie here, and this is his apron. So you can see I've never taken that out of the package. Yeah, I know that I did say just now, I said that this was a showcase for the Masterpiece figures, and you know we were gonna have it on merit for their accessories and things, and then I don't even take out his accessory. Oh well. So you have his hands. Here, let's put these accessories here. So his bonus accessories that came with him. His crown. It's supposed to represent a coin, but inside here there's actually a metal crown that'll fit on his head, and I'll probably take that out. I've already done it before. And then you have his flame accessory. So you open that up, and the flame accessory was in here, and this can then wrap around his sword. So you just take and you see that there's that part right there, and that's gonna go with that. So you just push it in there and just use a little bit of force, and then once you get it past a certain point, then it'll stay on. So it's nice. They have nice coloring on it and such. So I usually display them with this on there in this hand, and then this one in this hand. So for his abilities and stuff, so generally what I'll do is, you saw that I had the thumb like this. It's really hard to attach this into there and leave it there. So what I'll usually do is I'll take the thumb and I'll put the thumb down to the side like that, and then you can attach it in there. It'll stay really well. Now in mine, it's really loose, so it'll fall and go like this sometimes. Now with this one, with this hand, it fits really loosely. So what they did was at this point of articulation right here. So it only has 2 points of articulation. It has a joint right here at the knuckles. It has one joint, all the fingers are together, and then it has a thumb ball joint just like with the other hand. And you take, there's a little tab right here, and that tabs into this joint where the first joint for the knuckle is, and that's how it stays in the hand. You tab it in there. And then the coin, I've taken it out of here before. I just want to be careful. So I can just reach in here. It's wrapped in like a tissue paper type thing. Let's see, then you have the crown here. And then you have this little tag right here that says Grimlock MP-8. And this will just fit like this, but I don't like really putting it on there a whole bunch because it can scratch his head, and I really don't want to do that. But it is very sharp because it's made out of metal. And so let's just wrap it back up in the in this stuff and put it back in here. All right, so let's take a look at the figure itself. We'll take a look at articulation and stuff. Now, I do have one issue with mine, and I know I didn't have this issue with the original one. And this part right here, it doesn't really stay too well. Like, I've taken it apart and tried to tighten up the screw right here, and it's way better than it used to be, but you can still see it's real loose. And that's the only issue that I have with this figure. So let's show off some of his features in this mode. So the number one feature that he has, or well, one of them, is the eyes and being able to change the colors of his eyes. So you can see that they are red right now. Now there's a switch in the back where you can flip it. I don't know if I have to go up or down. No, I have to go down. So you flip it down, and you can see his eyes change to blue, or his visor changed to blue. And then if you just flip it back up, it changes to red. And I'll show you where that little switch is right here. It's right here on the back of his head, that little red switch. You just push it down, and it changes his eye color. You push it up and changes it back. So it's really easy. There's no gimmick where you have to go in and flip his face around and stuff, and you don't have to do that. So it's really cool. All right. So this guy, here, let's show his light feature. So his hands have a bulb in it, and if you push, then it lights up, and you can definitely tell that that's lighting up because there's so much light in here. So let's go ahead and cover that. Let's see. I don't know, the battery may be a little weak also, because I've had it in there since I've owned it and I've never taken that battery out. The battery panel is right here, so you just remove that one screw, and then that's how you get the battery out. And that's how you do it for both the gun. So you would just switch the gun over to here, and the sword has the same type of tab in it. See, so you can tab it into this hand. But I don't know. Let's see what it looks like in here. See, you can see the bulb. Let's move the weapons real quick, and we'll show off articulation in this mode. So for his head, it is on that does look like a ball joint. So there's a definite ball joint, so you can do all kinds of movement on his head. You come here to the shoulders, and that's on a ball joint also. So you can up and down, you can twist it like this, you can turn it, all kinds of stuff. You come here, there's a twist right here above the elbow. There's two elbow joints. And then you come down here to the wrists, and you can twist it. Like I said before, there's one joint for all the fingers, and then there's a ball joint for the thumb. And that's the same on this hand. There's a twist, and there's a ball joint for the thumb, but there's no joints in here with the hand. Now you come to the waist. You can, I do believe, no, you can't twist. There's no twist on the waist. You come down to the hips. You have forward, you have a back. You have a different joint for out to the side. Right above that is the twist. And then you have your knee joint, which is a ratchet. And that's it. Like, you can, that's for transformation. Now, there are some joints in here with the leg. So you can see that it does all kinds of weird stuff in here. So you get all kinds of movement out of there. This will move around a little bit too. So that's really cool. Oh, something that I just saw while we were in here is the dino tail actually folds up into the legs. Probably already knew that, but that's something, when I first saw this really like blew me away. I'd never seen this before, or they'd never attempted this before in any kind of what do you call it? Engineering for anything. And when they did that, I was just like, wow. And that's what kind of sold me on this figure. Now, the die cast for this figure, there's a couple places where there's die cast. So the chest is die cast. This crotchal piece right here is die cast, and then the claws for dinosaur feet are die cast. And I think that that's it. Maybe no, I don't think that feels warm still. I don't think there's any die cast in the feet, which is unusual because usually that's where the die cast is, so that it's not your figures aren't top heavy. Oh, this piece right here, this connector, is die cast. So you know what, this chest piece isn't die cast. This is plastic. Die cast, die cast, die cast. And I think that's it. This, and this. And then the claws on the back. All right, so let's go ahead and take a little bit. I'm going to get him into robot mode, or into dino mode, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and here's Grimlock, and he is in his dino mode, his T-Rex mode. So there's a couple of cool things with him. If you look at the head is kind of articulated. It has an action thing in here. So if you take the tail and you turn the tail or move the tail, it moves the head. And that's supposed to be him like biting down on something and then trying to rip it up. Now his mouth, if you open that up, there's a button right here. You can't really see it, but if you press on it, it'll close his mouth. And if I don't have my fingers in the way, then it'll kind of snap it shut. He does have a gun inside there, so you got that. His little flamethrower. Now his arms, for his articulation for his arms, you come here and there's a ball joint right here. Then there's a joint right here for his elbow, and then his fingers are individually articulated. See how you can do that. So there are little pegs in here so that he can hold those trays or whatever he had. And then this is the spot right here where you would put the clip on the bow tie. And then up here on the head, this is where the brain bucket goes. Stuff like that. And then you would just wrap the apron around them for that mode. So, no Grimlock, no like you. Okay. So he has that eye gimmick where you can flip this open and you spin it. I don't know which way you spin it. Let's see here. So that's gonna go like this. There it goes. So now the eyes are red. So basically, all you do is it's on a spring, and you just pull it down and then twist it around, and then his eyes are different colors now. All right. So his arm articulation, his leg articulation is the same as his robot arm articulation because it's the same thing. So you got a ball joint, so you can go like this and kick up some dirt. And then you have your twist right here. You have, I would say 2 knee joints, but see how that's like that? You can't get that second knee joint to bend because it stays. So basically all you have is a joint right here. Where's this? His light for his hand is in this one. I wonder if you could see that at night. if you push that. I do like the use of these clear plastic pieces in here, especially on his head also, and that makes it very reminiscent of the G1 figure. And you got the chrome plastic down here. I wish they would have done it for the tips of the tails. You have the chrome plastic here, chrome plastic inside the clear plastic, and then his teeth are chrome plastic. Then you have silver, and then the fingers are chrome plastic. So. Man, so yeah, it's gonna go ahead and do it for Grimlock. So all right, and that'll pretty much do it for this review of Grimlock. Don't forget, you can find me on Facebook. If you haven't already subscribed, then please do. And if you have, then, you know, like always, I will see you tomorrow. This has been Tambiota. Thanks for watching.